Oh, just say scrap.
Oh, just say scrap.
As something new.
As something new.
It's Make It Mondays just for you. So come and see what we are creating. Make It Mondays just for you.
Alright, so we know that this one is a little bit late for our Make It Mondays, but we wanted to share it with you because it is still a beautiful set. We actually have one still in our store, so if you would like it, please do let us know, and we will mail that out to you because we know that things are very limited nowadays with Close to My Heart. So this is the Sweet Memories Cardmaking Kit, and as you see here, there are some gorgeous dies and the stamps are just beautiful. So what we did to start this one was we made sure that we actually followed the directions this time. As you can see on the left hand side, I have Close to My Heart's directions there, and we are doing all of the stamping. There's quite a bit of stamping in this kit, but that's what makes it absolutely gorgeous. So as you see here, we did have, this is one of the thin cuts that was in the kit. We just took some ink and made those a little bit more distressed looking. And then we stamped everything else and started to put this card together. So after finishing the whole set, I will tell you that this one definitely does take a little bit more prep and things like that because there are a lot of stamped images. As you saw there with the mist ink, we did make a border, but that is a super, super tiny stamp. So I can tell you that I was not perfect every time I did it, but that's okay. That's kind of the nature of these cards. As long as you're close and you kind of get that general idea, you're gonna get exactly what you're looking for. Look how absolutely gorgeous this card is. And then we adding those silver glitter gems to it, it just makes it absolutely adorable. We also added some Ballerina shimmer brush as well to this. So make sure that if you don't have our shimmer brushes, first of all, they are amazing. There's a major sale going on Close to My Heart right now, so you can go grab some of those. There do have a bunch that are sold out, which we do have in the store, so if you would like any retired colors, please do let us know because that is something that we definitely have because it is one of our favorite products of Close to My Hearts. So that was card number 1, as you saw, and now we're going to be moving on to card 2 with this gorgeous design. So it does have its own thin cut, as you see, but as you saw on the first card, we actually used it as something to distress the paper a little bit and all those things. As you saw what I just did, I did take off the pieces that I had because I did want to make sure that I had lined it up perfectly with the card. This one I messed up a few times, as you see, so you have to put the entire base down first and then those zip strips, and that's what's going to make it work perfectly for this card. This one is actually really cool. I love Close to My Heart's idea with this, kind of cutting up the paper and making that your own background paper, kind of like a quilted look, which was really cool. And then obviously taking that Ballerina shimmer brush and adding some pizzazz to that stamp that we did. So that is card number 2. Like I said, this is a really simple kit, but it does have a lot of stamping and die cuts. I actually think that simple is the wrong word for this. It's not simple, it's very, very elegant. But like I said before, it does take a bunch of prep. So it's easy to put together, but you do have to, you know, kind of make sure that you finish it and get all those base pieces done before you actually put your cards together. As you see here, we're distressing paper once again with that gorgeous stamp that we had just used as a full flower blossom on the other one. And honestly, when you see this paper, you actually think that it's a B&T paper, not a stamped image. So that is just something that's really, really fun with this kit. They do show a lot more of stamping techniques and everything like that, which if you wanted to kind of expand your stamping, this is a really good kit for that. So once again, here we are just finishing up some of these images. I am stamping everything for all 4 cards. There is a lot of distressing the edges, so you know, using the mist on the mist paper, things like that. We did use the sponge a lot in this kit. I will give you some tips on the sponges. I actually went and purchased my own new sponges because my sponges are getting very, very old and used. But I have used my sponges for dark colors, light colors, everything like that, and I've cleaned them along the way. Well, I've started to notice that my darker ones aren't cleaning as well as I wish. I mean, once again, my stamps are sponges are very, very old. So I actually just got a new one that I'm going to use for only light colors, and I think that will be better. And that was card 3. As you saw there, we did use the Shimmer brush, which for splattering as well. If you need to refresh yourself on that technique, go check out our Technique Tuesdays. But back to my sponges. Oh my gosh, I keep saying that. Sponges, as you see here, like I said, I'm going around the edge. When I use the dark ink, like a sapphire or a black or something like that, you can kind of see I'm wiping it off on my scrap paper there. It sometimes does leave a residue, so I've decided I got a brand new sponge, and I'm going to use that one for light inks only. So if I have to use a mist, or I have to use a linen, or Ballerina, something like that, I will only use that one sponge for my lighter colors. So that's just my tip. You don't have to follow what I'm saying. You can, kind of do whatever you want. The blending brushes also work the same, but I find doing something like this where you're kind of going around the edges of paper, it's a lot easier with a round sponge, not a blending brush. So we are already on card 4, and once again, we are just using that tiny little stamp to make some border around the edges. Once again, I was not perfect with this. I tried my best. As you see there, I actually missed the end, so I actually went back with it kind of in the opposite direction just to fill in a little bit. But once this card is together, you're going to see that it's just a background piece and it's just for decoration. So if you do mess up like that, there's no need to throw out your piece or anything. You can kind of just continue to embellish. That's one of my favorite sayings in scrapbooking. There's no mistakes in scrapbooking, only extra embellishing. So as you see when we put this card together, those lines that might not be exactly straight how I want them to be, it will be okay because they will still look gorgeous on this card, especially since it is a slim line as you see here. So I just love that we were able to, use our papers and do what we did with this to make it a slim line. So I actually messed up a little bit on some of mine. As you saw there, I had to add 2 pieces together, and that's because I accidentally cut my pieces wrong. So I kind of just, manipulated it and made them look together, and you can't even tell because I literally covered where I have my seam, quote unquote. So see exactly what I said. If you mess up, there's no mistakes in scrapbooking, only extra embellishing and kind of figuring it out. But this is our 4th card, and then yeah, this kit is done and absolutely gorgeous. So a last minute look at all of these cards finished. So they are just so elegant. They can be used for so many different occasions. You don't have to put exactly the sentiments that are on them, but they really are so pretty, and it's really just stamps and die cuts. All right, see you at our next Make It Monday.